Somebody said Gyokeres can't score headers, so guess what he done? He scored a header, and they're lucky he didn't score two. In fact, they're lucky he didn't get a hat trick. The best thing I liked from Gyokeres was he knew it was a preseason friendly. That is a cold-hearted killer. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. People deluded. I'm back again. Happy Sunday, folks. Please make sure you're smashing the like button. Big up you lot on Twitch. We've got 2 live streams today, almost straight instantly after this is finished, people. So we got to run a tight ship. We will be watching Liverpool Crystal Palace versus Liverpool in the Community Shield. But as I was saying, again, save the best till last. Pre-season hasn't been easy for Arsenal. Let's be honest. When we look at it as a whole, there are more questions than answers necessarily. Max Dowman is probably the brightest spark. That being said, you're only as good as your last game, and there's no friendlies in football. And in the same way they're telling us Arsenal fans, you can't gas up whatever happened against Bilbao. Okay, so why did you, rightly or wrongly, equality is equality. Why did you scrutinize my team for the 2 defeats in pre-season? But forget all of that. Gyokeres, we've got a cold-hearted killer. Lovely to see Kai Havertz come off the bench and do what he did. Great individual displays. We could be here all day, and we'll get into that in a moment. But the collective, Mikel Arteta, this is what I mean. The man's got so many faults, but when you have the ability, the tactical nous, and the competency to play more exciting and expansive football. Again, I'm going to maintain the same energy. I don't care necessarily that we won. Of course, people that have common sense, of course, I'm happy that we won the game, but it's about the performance. Again, there are several things I could say about Arteta. Where it comes to attacking play, rightly or wrongly, you've got the capacity. Rightly or wrongly, from what I'm about to say, from what I've seen last season, you don't want, for whatever reason, you've had a reluctance to do what you did against Bilbao. Now, I know you can't just approach one game in the same vein you do all of them, but we played with invention, we played with intention, there was fluidity, we're going from back to front very quickly, we're creating chances that back up the statistics as well as the eye test, and we're not putting square pegs in round holes. Calafiori did well at left back. It was nice to see Gabriel Magalhaes and obviously Timber, Declan Rice in his role, because he was still going forward, but he was more in a traditional kind of Rice role. Zubimendi's the conductor, not the creative hub, but the creative hub. Some fantastic link-up play from Odegaard and Gyokeres on occasion. Saka, obviously, at the end of the day, got a goal and assist. I hope you all remember Martinelli got an assist as well, He got an assist. He did. Our boy's back. You can't criticize Martinelli, man. You see, he's bust his nose and he was still putting it in for the team, people. But yeah, man, Arteta, I can't lie. We might have to rush you if you don't play football like this, because that is what we want to see with our football club. If we just isolate 90 minutes, how many times have we actually enjoyed watching our football club recently? Yes, we're Arsenal fans. We love it. We scream, we shout, we love it. But that was enjoyable football. The fluidity, the link-up play, putting people in positions they can thrive, chance creation. Of course, in terms of improvements, I do feel decision-making in the early exchanges. Timber got caught on the ball a lot. Saka probably should have had some goals and assists. But we can take encouragement. And when it's all said and done, now the season starts really well next week, but the season starts. We're here now, innit? So Mikel Arteta, we need to see that. For me, Arteta, obviously, you're very innovative. You're very much a madman that you think about the opposition and you deploy us in that kind of way. But we need to put our own DNA. We need to put our own spark. I keep saying I want to see fluidity, which kind of mimics PSG. Now, we were nowhere near PSG's levels, but I saw elements of that. You've done the hard part, Arteta. Now we just need to go back to basics. Let these guys play football. Let the relationships on the field develop. Let the 1-2s and one, even Madueke off the bench. Like, I can see the angle now, because Gyokeres, cool. They were saying you can't score headers. Madueke, if we've got that in our skill set, you come off the bench or rotate, put some crosses in, and we bag, which I think Gyokeres hit the post. Gyokeres, I would have loved for you to score that. Zubimendi got an assist, obviously, and what a fantastic performance overall, and an assist for Gyokeres. But he did a cute little flick that Havertz should have banged. Lovely goal from Havertz, but that's what we want to see. I understand the Madueke thing. That being said, though, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you lot. We need a left winger. I don't care if Eze can play left wing. I don't, whether it's Eze, Rafael Leao, who else we've been linked with, Ademola Lookman, or some random Joe blogs that we don't know about. We could do with another one. I still think we're a bit short. Even Merino in his little minutes did all right as well. Good collective performance. I think underrated performer of preseason for me, I would actually say it's Saliba. I think he's quietly gone about his business this preseason period. And I've said this before, but when you look at the last three years from Saliba, like since he's been a proper kind of Arsenal player, last season was probably his lowest. Still high, but probably his lowest. And the man himself has said that. So when I bear that in mind, and the way you started preseason, and whether you're going to sign a new contract, Real Madrid, Arsenal trying to win trophies. Obviously, at the end of this season, you've got the World Cup. There's a lot to consider. So there's a lot of positives. And we were vexed. We were vexed a couple of days ago, innit? We were vexed against Villarreal, and probably just before that. But now we're kind of giddy. But for me, when it's all said and done, that shows me we've got the capacity. That shows me the players have the capacity on the pitch to do all of the, be good defensively, invert, do all of that crap that we've been doing, but also add other layers. And the manager, you've got it. This just tells me there's a psychological handbrake in our side and with our manager, because even when you look at Miles Lewis Skelly, he said they spoke and they said they wanted to send a statement out. Now, that tells me we're still a bit temperamental. Like we wanted to obviously play well. It's our last game, 2 defeats going into it, 3 doesn't sound well. We need to make that the minimum. We need to have that same mindset, that same steady space, if I'm honest with you. Because even looking at last season, we're up for it. Whether we win, lose, draw, or whatever, we're up for big games. We're up for big games. You don't need to tell these players about North London Derby or Manchester City, but it's as dumb as it is, and we all know every game's important and a cup final and stuff, but it's like when you're playing the 10th place side and you just need to get the job done, and you've been traveling midweek in the Champions League. So there are some positives. We're not over the line yet, but we're shaping up all right, man. Mascara, big up Paul. Mascara look well. I'm not gonna lie. I'm cool with him. I think he's one of those where he'll play some games, look way more mature. He'll look like a 30-year-old Tony Adams, like very mature beyond his years. Other than that, they will drop some clangers. I think there's little things to improve. Like obviously he can play left-sided centre-back, right-sided centre-back. I back us if God forbid, but if it got to it, I think he's got the capacity to even play left-back in the kind of Tomiyasu kind of role, if that makes sense. But I think his thing, especially where we're trying to eat, you can't really ease them back in, but Timber and Ben White, we need to monitor them a bit closely. I think there's an angle for him to get minutes at right back for our football club. Centre half, I think there's little things he needs to improve at. Like he reminds me of when we got Gabriel Magalhaes initially, because sometimes he's getting too tight, sometimes he's vacating space, sometimes a couple of balls got put over the top, he's going for his header too early. Just little things that he needs to improve, man. But it's all right. I still think we're a bit short though, man. I need a left winger, or let's just say another attacking addition, because they're still unanswered questions. But step in the right direction, man. Step in the right direction. But more than anything, it was nice to actually just enjoy watching my team again. Arteta, we need this on a more consistent basis. This football on a more consistent basis. Sorry, people, just making a timestamp for you lot. Cunha, man, this guy is always trolling. One header, Gyokeres still a scrub. You wanted him. If he's a scrub, what the hell? If you call a striker that's been nominated for the Ballon d'Or and's got 20 plus goals, shown he could bag at Coventry, Sporting, in the champs in his country, what the hell was Sesko? He stunk up the Euros. All of this chatter and clamour for 13 league goals. 13 league goals. Really? Really? Gyokeres got more reception over in Asia than I see at Old Trafford did for Sesko. Less than that. Big up yourself, Cunha, but you're not raining on our parade. Biggest hater on YouTube. I like what I saw yesterday. I like the speed of play. Exactly. That's what I mean. Speed of play, invention, intention. We're not going through the motions. Like, obviously, there was still some elements of the U-shaped football, but when there's intention behind it, it's kind of all cool. Yeah, McTominay got nominated for it. Just shows once you leave Man United, things get better. As Paul Pogba said, Manchester United fans know very little about football, do they? But yeah, man, there was just life to the way we was playing. And that's where I always say, as much as it's on Arteta, is it psychologically? Even I think it's gone over a lot of people's head, and including myself. And I've made a case of the last few videos to say it. We've been focused on recruitment and attack and how we're playing and signings and stuff. Prior to that game, defensively, we've conceded some cheap goals or looked a bit more open than we should have. So you can only be as good as your last game. Hopefully, that's a step in the right direction. Big up yourself, Cunha, man. Next week, we do this thing, man. See you next week. Everyone talking about Gyokeres, but Zubamendi is so cold. I'm bored of talking about Zubamendi. I've been telling, man, I'm wrong bare times. When I'm right, I'm right. Zubamendi is better than Partey, especially Thomas Partey of 2025. I told you, look, don't worry. Of course, there's going to be games he gets overrun and stuff, but bro, he's the conductor. You kind of saw him doing the Declan Rice. Obviously, on paper, he's the 6, but he's taking the Declan Rice, occupying all phases of play, contributing in the middle and the final third. Rice, all that stuff that you should be doing as an extra. Rice, we just need you to sweep up, keep things ticking over. That's what we want to see. And obviously, Odegaard, like, people are being this. Odegaard was sourcing. Especially, I like the fact that we was trying to hit Gyokeres on a consistent basis. So hopefully that's a step in the right direction based on the last two games. Kai Havertz, do your thing. I know Mikel Arteta has been speaking about how they can play together, and there'll be moments for that. But Gaffer, first 6 to 10 games, I ain't trying to see that, man. Just play the drillers and let the drillers do things. Yo, Mascara's a beast. Why do we need Kivio? We need depth because God forbid, we saw last season, we got to tread carefully from this. I'm not saying you're being reactive, Henry, but we got to tread very carefully. Kivio, for me, I think he's gone. I probably wouldn't pull the trigger. I would and sell him because I think we need depth. But for me, I'm kind of a lot more comfortable with that it being sanctioned if it was, if I'm honest, because Gabriel Magalhaes looks fit now, innit? Like Gabriel Magalhaes was the one, and Timber. All preseason, you'll have heard me keep going, oh, I'm a bit nervous for that. I don't know what's going on. And big up Calafiori. Calafiori, if you don't stay fit, you need purely because of that, you need to stay, you need to leave. Because you're a fucking fantastic player. You can do the inverted left back stuff, you can bomb further forward. Of course, there's a lot he needs to, him and Mascara, like they're probably the two youngest in our side. If you exclude Max Dowman and Miles Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri, like there's a lot he needs to work on, but you need to stay fit. You and Miles Lewis Skelly, that's two good options. Even me, I keep sitting there, oh, I want a left back. I still maintain it, but I can't lie, I'm calming down a bit, really and truly. Calla has to start next week. I'm still going with Miles Lewis Skelly, I'll be real. I'm still going with Lewis Skelly, but I'm cool with whoever goes there. If there's one area I'm comfortable, let's just say the options, not necessarily depth. If there's one area I'm comfortable with in our football club, it's our defenders, essentially, man. It's our defenders. Like, we've got decent options there. Obviously, I'm not going to lie, God forbid, but if you hear any nonsense around Saliba, or I would say, Gab, if you were to ask me, like the one that I need to be there more often than not, it's Gabriel Magalhaes. I just think he gives confidence to his teammates. So he just look a bit better. You get where I'm going? He probably hides a bit of Miles Lewis Skelly and Calafiori's deficiencies in the same way everybody in that side, you know, Saliba complements Gabriel Magalhaes as well. So that tells me for your weaknesses, I've got strengths. For my strengths, you've got weaknesses. So yeah, man. But Zubamendi's cold, man. Zubamendi's cold. Line breaking, conducting, defensive stuff. He just a thinkers man's footballer. He just gets it. Them kind of midfielders is what we need now, Mikel Arteta. Like, listen, with the greatest of respect to Kai Havertz when he was brought here and played here, and Marino, like, dead all of that, because Zubamendi can do all the stuff that people waffle about with them lot and more. Like, they can run about, they can do stuff. We need footballers now. Like, I think we're at that stage now. We've done the complicated field till XG stuff. Let's just go back to basics now. Just play football, put the right players in the right positions, let the relationships develop, show game management when things are going left, and the world's our oyster. Now, the hardest thing to do in life is make the right decisions, and football, you know, the hardest thing to do is play simple football. So there's going to be many twists and turns. We're not going to necessarily be feeling this positive from now until May in every week. We are going to lose. We are going to drop points. There are going to be rumblings. It has also been quite volatile where us Arsenal fans have been concerned in this very, you know, period. I would say Arsenal fans quite emotional, myself included. We're quite emotional because everyone's our best friend now. Everything's cool. Not cool, but everyone's our best friend. Everything's great now. You go back to a couple of days ago against Villarreal, it was bleak. Very bleak. Lokonga's just been linked with a move to Greece, according to some Greek outlets. Hopefully that goes through. That's one thing now. Like, big up Berta because he was at the game, but we need to get a move on in terms of outgoings. It seems like, and I might be exaggerating, especially our rivals, it seems like everybody's selling players but us. Now, granted, we've got mediocre players on wages that are probably not attractive to buyers, but you must admit, with a week to go, I mean, Berta's one thing, the club selling's another, but I guess for these players, like, if you did want to leave, surely, like, for those that want to leave, because I feel people don't want to hear this, but some players might think they can force their way back into the team. They might be comfortable with their wages. They might want to run down their deal, etc., etc. I did feel couple would be gone. Now, we'll get into it in just a minute because, you know, we got to run a tight ship for the stream, but and for all the rumbling, you did probably expect or hope for, you know, who's linked with moves away. I would say the Zinchenko's, well, Zinchenko, Trossard, Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson. Have I said Zinchenko? Maybe so. I'm missing someone else out. But whether these players need to go, whether it's those kind of players where they kind of divide opinion to see nothing really, I'm not sure. And come on, Arsenal fans, man. The quicker we move on something or make some level of progress around that, the quicker we can give fuel to the fire for Eze, man. These tacticals are clueless. Brother, like, for me, yeah, I'm all for having an opinion, but don't go overboard. There was too much nitpicking at Gyokeres. And the way Gyokeres was jumping in the air, well, you can't tell me heading is a weak spot for him. Zubimendi, that could be cash money. Zubimendi and Madueke, if you look want it, you can get assists. Saka, you could break the assist record with Gyökeres. It's that, how long ago have we seen that header? Like that, them kind of headers from an attacking player, just kissed it, just use the direction of the ball, just kissed it in. And he should have had a hat-trick. And you know what the best thing for me with Gyökeres was? Let's be real. He missed one sitter for his standards. Remember in the first half, he kind of miskicked it type of thing. He normally, respectfully to his teammates, I've seen us do things like that, and a couple players are, oh my God, it's all over. I don't know what's going on. There was no emotion. He's like, yeah, chances coming again. Even the Glock, there weren't too much energy. He knows when it's time to do that. And they said our Glock doesn't work. They said it don't work, but shh. And I don't want to, and fans are shameless as well. Rival fans are shameless because you can't go from slagging him off. Yeah, oh my God, the man can't score in pre-season, man. Now it's just pre-season. If you're going to be shameless, stand on some level of business. Yo, what's the word, DG? Still high off that win yesterday. The performance, bro, come on. Do you know how long it's been since I've seen my midfielders have the ball? They're moving it quickly. There's no, I don't know. Lewis Kelly have it. Oh my God, Lewis Kelly's going to go forward. Oh, go back. See it with Saliba. It's gone to David Raya. David Raya lumps it long. If we're lucky, it goes to Saka. Saka might pull it in the box. Couple man are missing headers, and that's the end of it. It's about the performance, man. Arsenal is godlike now. 7 days to meltdown. Man United fans really bullish, innit? He didn't miss kick it. He tried to strike it like he did versus City. Either way, he didn't make the connection. He should have. That's food and drink. But yeah, the main thing, he should have bagged. Gyökeres hype. That's Merino food. Listen, they all play for Arsenal as long as they're bagging. Please make sure we're smashing the like button, folks. I've been Havertz's biggest hater, but his goal yesterday was top quality. Hopefully, he shows more of that. Exactly. And you know what? I haven't seen Kai score a goal like that since probably against his former team, Chelsea. Honestly, I couldn't believe that was Kai Havertz. I couldn't believe it because the ball that went over the top, he had a lot to do. I was like, okay, you lot can see my reaction. Like, okay, that's the thing. Like Havertz is a bit weird. In the final third, he scores the goals when he doesn't have time to think. When he's got, we all know he's not the answer in up front, right? But when he's got less time to think, he does all right. So yeah, how was it not a miss kick like he meant to do it? I hear it. There was actually changes in our play. That was the most important thing. Exactly. And I must admit, some of you were like, oh, Arteta's not, he's trying to hide stuff. He don't want people to clock how he plays and that. And I've been sitting there saying, come on, man, you're not going to do that in pre-season. When I see the way we played yesterday, I'll give you like that. Maybe Arteta's hiding stuff and they're working on something on the training ground. That is what I want to see. There's going to be times we can't play like that, but that is what I want to see. When I see stuff like that, you see if we completely forget Gyökeres was signed, we assumed how we played yesterday, we played for every game in the Premier League last season, then I would give more fuel to, yeah, we just need a left winger, we just need a striker. It hasn't been that. It's been a coaching thing. So Arteta, make it happen, man. Just make it happen. That's the first time I enjoyed watching, like proper enjoyed watching us in a hot minute. Exaggeration, because I can point periods I did like watching us. Real Madrid for one, but just in terms of 90 minutes, again, forget the fact that we won. It's just nice to see that. Like, we just went back to basics. We put the right people in the right positions and just let the relationships build, man. And we, again, look how quickly we was going from attack to defense. And I did like Gyokeres pulling out to the left-hand side. I'm not going to expand on this, but Gabriel Jesus, get fit. Martinelli, give me one more season. That left wing, we're all right now. Bring Eze, though. So, yeah, man, big up yourself. Let me scroll up, man. Please make sure we're subscribing and smash the like button. I'm being harsh, man. I'm not even reading you lot's comments like that because some of you commented way before. So let's scroll all the way to the top. What have we seen here? What we got here? Happy Sunday, Karma, and everyone. Appreciate you. Tommy, Ash, Kadeem, all of you lot. TKA, come on. He can't score headers. Bro. That was a fluke or luck. Either way, you put the ball in the back of the net for 1, 2. You need luck in it. You work hard, luck happens for you, really. Like, just put the ball in the back of it. I don't care how Gyokeres scores. He can score with his bum crack paws. He can score with his head. He can score bangers. He can score tappings. Just show me that you're going to get me 20 league goals. By hook or by crook, that's all I need. And if you got him, if you've got the burden lifted off Kai to necessarily be the goal scorer, but he chips in, obviously, you know, the only two people I genuinely rely on is Bukayo Saka and Gyokeres, but the others need to chip in because there's going to be times where they don't. That might have, if we say that was us at our best, we also need to be able to create, fashion, and score chances at our worst. That's what makes or breaks your season, people. Listen, DG, you was right. Zubimendi has changed my life. Was watching him closely yesterday. He's giving me Fabregas vibes. I don't think he's quite Santi Cazorla says Fabregas, but I was telling man, relax. Zubimendi's cold. He's one of them. You make teams better. That's the only way you can do it. He's cold. He's so cold. He's so cold. Him and Declan Rice were good. But I'm gonna need this time next year another centre mid though. I am watching that. Our boys are back. Arsenal have removed the pull-out cover on the players' tunnel. I have heard that, I've heard that. Big up Steve as well, man. Arsenal are interested in Eze, but Wanyeri's contract extension has made the need for him not as important. If a move was to happen, it would require sales. I mean, big up Wanyeri, but we need the best of both worlds. We need Wanyeri, Odegaard, my man Eze. We need it all really and truly. And this is what I mean. Maybe I don't articulate it well enough when I say I think Arsenal like Eze. I think they will have him. But I don't think they want him or they rate him as highly as me, some of you in the chat. And what I mean by that is they don't want to pay his release clause. Now, granted, you might not want to hit someone's release clause for the sake of it. We didn't want to spend, nobody wanted to hit Gyokeres' release clause. And there's plenty of other examples, right? But I think they'll go for Eze if it makes sense. I'm not saying Eze can't start, because for me, you could start. You could take Odegaard's place in the same way a fit and firing Odegaard could hold on to his place. You could provide depth. You could make that your own. Whether you're a left wing or not, I think if you sign for us, boy, that is your position to lose, if I'm honest. I'll never say never, but it's probably unlikely you're going to see a Rice or a Zubimendi drop out the side and we've got two rotating eights. So that almost makes Eze a redundant kind of thing. Now you throw in the Wanyeri thing. They probably just see him as a good player, great player, multifunctional sort of player, and they'll do it if it makes sense. If it's a good player that's available for the cheap, we got to remember the man's 27. I don't agree with that because he's 27, not 97. But Zubimendi's 26. Marino was brought in last summer and he's about 28 or something of that ilk. And there's, Gyokeres is 27. We know we're on the resale value kind of thing. I think there's a lot of dominoes. That's why I didn't buy into the hype of, people panicking. Oh my God. I don't think we want him as much. So I think as much as we think he will sign for us, we got to be braced for disappointment. But I think too much dominoes need to fall into place. I think we've got the players that these lot wanted in, give or take. If we get some sales, if there's money available, then there's Eze. What I will say is whether it's Eze, some guy that has the same kind of skill set as Eze, but isn't Eze, I think we need another attacker. I think we're betting on too much. I think Gyokeres has shown me what he's on. Saka has shown me what he's on. Trossard's probably going to depart, but I don't think Marino, Kai Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli, and Madueke are bad players, but I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know what I'm getting if I start you for 5 to 10 games. I can't answer that. And if I'm trying to win a league title, you look at Liverpool, you know what Salah's going to be doing. You know what Mane's done historically, and you get the point. Historically, you know what City's doing. We need a bit of that. So we get better players. The burden to score goals is not on Kai, because whether people like it or not, the last 2, maybe even 3 seasons, maybe exaggerating, at least 2. When it's all said and done, Kai Havertz has scored more than anyone bar Bukayo Saka. So that's testament to Kai. That's damning on what we're trying to do. We're kind of building our house on the sand. This is what I mean by we need to get back to basics. So Arteta do all that inverted and false 9 and heat maps and pressing, all of that, keep all of that. But we need to go back to basics. Put the right people in the right positions. Make sure people are competent in their roles. And then we can shine. We can shine. But yeah, man. Regardless whether we bring in another attacker or we don't, Arteta, you know what you need to do in May of next year, by hook or by crook. Kai ran from his own half, controlled the ball, dribbled, and scored against Bilbao in 7 seconds. Was it really 7? I don't believe it was 7 seconds. That's the Usain Bolt kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know if it was in 7 seconds, man. But pick him up if he did. Pick him up if he did. And again, it's the temperament, because again, clearly the players wanted to come out and prove a point. The way we played is actually, I think, how the first 10 minutes went against Villarreal, because I actually was impressed with the first 10 minutes against Villarreal, and then it went down the toilet, man. Like smashed Zubi, Mustard, Mendy. Big up the Gouda. Make sure you're subscribing to his platform. What I've seen so far is me convinced already. There's times when he's going to get overrun. Don't get it twisted, but I don't think we're hyping, and I'm just talking about us Arsenal fans. We're not hyping ourselves for Zubimendi. Like, there's nothing the man can't do. And I said this when we signed for us, is not because I knew anything. It's just, Declan Rice was a world-class 6 type of thing. Arteta's kind of added more aspects to his game. Not that quite. Zubimendi's obviously a lot more multifunctional and all-rounded than Rice, but he's not just going to sit here and be the 6. It's not going to work. And there was even times, you saw it yesterday, kind of what I say about the PSG midfield, just be competent. There was times yesterday, Rice was actually deeper a lot of time, but he's actually a lot further forward than Zubimendi and vice versa. It's just common sense for either Zubimendi or Rice, whichever one's further forward, you need to drop. Odegaard, you know what you need to do according to that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, we're doing what needs to be done. People was trying to say before this that Zubi weren't an upgrade. I love the fact that G14 is a bit of a dickhead. Okay, let's get to work now. Come on. Afternoon, Jack, man. Appreciate you. Why can't I be gassed, man? Maresca reminds me of Big Gabby when he first signed. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm cool with defenders. I do recognize that, he's not going to get there overnight. There are going to be times him or someone drops a clang and it costs us, but that's how you get to the next level. And if there is one area I'm confident about Arsenal or Mikel Arteta's development of players, for me, it has to be the defenders. It has to be the defenders. The best coaching job, I feel, you could say it's Saka and that. It's probably Gabriel Magalhaes. Like, I've always loved Gabriel Magalhaes, but people can't run the bozo gene and all of that kind of stuff. You look at when he walked in the club and where we are now, you throw Maresca in there, Saliba in there, like, it's going to be great, man. Exactly. You're ruining a player of the season level player. If every player leaves your ish club, then it's not the player, it's your ish club. Don't let people rattle you, man. Gyokeres looks like a guy when he becomes comfortable with the team, he'll be very dangerous to the opponent. Some interesting post-match words from Mikel Arteta in relation to Gyokeres as well. So we'll get into that. This is starting to look like a genuine title challenging side. We just need one more player. I think we need a left wing or Eze. Slyly, bro. We need both. Very slyly. We should be getting in a left winger and Eze, but I know you can't have a bunch of players. But imagine having Gyokeres, Eze. You can say Rodrigo if you want, but left winger. So left winger, Eze, Gyokeres, Saka. And then you got your Maduekes, your Trossards, your Martinellis. Obviously, someone's going to have to leave, but you lot can mix and blend in the side. Yes, deluded. How about back our players this year instead of, whoa, you're moving mad. The man said bending over. Back my players, John, mate. What are you talking about? Nasty man talking about bending over, mate. How about you stop chatting shit on YouTube? I'll tell you what, I'll send you a link. You come and say that. Or I'll link you and you say it to my face. Anywho, big up DG. Are you starting the same 11 yesterday versus United? Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, midfield is going to be key in that game. It's a techie one, man, because you then start to think about recovery rates. You do need to worry a tiny bit about, I guess, Timber, Magalhaes. Yes, I kind of don't believe this now because they played significant minutes, but you do have to play it a bit safe. Must admit, very reactionary, but Calafiori's kind of forced his way into my thinking. I don't think Calafiori's got 90 minutes. So for me, it'd be Raya, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Timber, Lewis Skelly, midfield the same, Saka on the right, Gyokeres through the middle, Odegaard. I think he's going to bet on Martinelli because Martinelli knows the system and things like that. Part of me says, you know what, Madueke settings, but I don't know, man. But then we're banking on Calafiori for left back and centre back. We can't do that. Need to keep Kivio at least this season. I'm all for keeping him, but I can understand because it wouldn't be too foreign for me to expect Kivio at the end of the season, or granted, maybe not at the start of the season, but when they've all come back into London Coley before they've gone to Asia. He said, Gaffer, I want to leave, innit? Like, I've given a good go at this. I'm getting nowhere near Gabriel Magalhaes. Obviously, his end of the season probably has tipped the thinking to a degree with us and maybe internally at Arsenal, but probably behind Calafiori for centre-half. Don't know how much football he thinks he's going to get. I'd hold on to him. If you're a fan that watches our game weekly, you know that someone being able to play line-breaking passes centrally instead of the wings is much more important than Partey's flawed physicality. Partey was a good player for us, but like in 2025 or 2024, really? He's not better than Zubimendi. And you know what? Well, the club wanted to keep Partey. It never happened because of wages. And then we saw the mad thing. So we're not even going to get into that. But if we could just, I do think long-term, give me one more 6 and one more 8. If you can find me another Zubimendi, Santi, Cesc Fabregas kind of 8 that does the traditional things we expect of Arsenal, probably are going to bring in a 6 in the next 12 to 18 months. I don't know how long Norgard's going to be here. Very unfortunate for Norgard not to get minutes yesterday, to be fair. But yeah. And he's technically still started more. Somebody mentioned Fabrizio Romano. I can't see anything about Fabrizio Romano, the Stuttgart thing. So yeah, man, let's not troll. Sunday, let's not be silly. The season is going to be an emotional roller coaster. We need to keep our feet on the ground. Arsenal fans, feet on the ground. You know we don't do that. Every week we win, or like with the last 24 hours, it's all amazing. A few days ago this week, it was all horrible. Get ready for it. Get ready for it, you know. And then you've got the external factors and the noise, and you know, people can say what they want about my football club. We're fucking massive because everything we do is highlighted. I ain't watched nobody's preseason if you don't play for Arsenal, if you're not connected to Arsenal. Fans that do not support our club are well aware of everything we're doing. So you can mock my team and whatever, never say you don't support us because you lot watch us more than you watch your own side. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. It's going to be a civil war. 1 minute Arteta needs a new deal, Arteta out. This player is great, that player is bad. Everybody loves everybody now. It's football, isn't it? Zubi needs to be in a double pivot because bro will be involved in all phases of play, like that flick for Havertz. So we need Rice to cover when he makes runs into the box. The only criticism I would say of Declan Rice yesterday, Monday morning, spend half an hour on the set pieces because his corners were stinky yesterday. I love the fact that he recovered well and won the ball back, but generally his corners were stinky. I think Timber was getting caught on the ball very, just minor things. Rice would set pieces, Timber getting caught on the ball early doors. What else would there be? Mascara, I think, when you have to watch the ball and the man, there's little 1-2 things that need to be watched, man. United getting Belemba and Donnarumma. Hope Onana plays next week. You just need people with complementary key strengths, which is why Havertz, Saka worked so well, but Nelly Havertz never worked. Nelly Jesus worked too for that reason. They were talking like he was a scrub, bro. Zinchenko's been on the bench for years, but I thought last season was his last, but still wants to stick around. He doesn't want to move. It's a techie one because it's all fun and games saying sell Zinchenko, get rid of him, this, that, and the third, but he might not want to go. He might believe that, okay, like put yourself in his shoes. I'm not saying this is right, but if I'm Zinchenko and there's reasons to stay, I might go, oh, wait. Everybody saw like we hardly had any fit players. Maybe Arteta's learned you need a bigger squad. Maybe, he will utilize me at left back because Calafiori might get injured. I'm better probably there than give you. Don't know if Lewis Kelly is going to be the first regular. So I might stay because of that very reason. He might use me in centre mid. My family and my kids are cool in London. End of the day, I know people don't want to hear it. I'm getting peas. I'm getting a serious wage that I might not be getting elsewhere in a career short. Arsenal might accept bids for me, but I might not want to go to said clubs. I might want to go to said clubs, but they're not offering me the wages that make sense. You'd imagine Zinchenko cuts. And Zinni might think, you know what, boy, I'm comfortable here. We've got to always relate it to life. From a job point of view, he might genuinely be comfortable here and believing that I can assist Arsenal in their Premier League title challenge. And even though I don't necessarily agree with the fact that he could do that in a mad capacity, at the end of the day, he's got a couple Premier League medals. Not many people in the Arsenal squad have such. Eze, Leao, Rodrigo, what would be your first choice? Might be unpopular, but Eze would be number one for me. Oh, yeah. Eze for me. Eze and Rodrigo are tied, though. Because then with Rodrigo, whether it works or not, I've got a left winger. Like I've got, no disrespect to the ones here, but I've got a left winger. My holy trinity up front is complete. Eze the same. For me, it's the fact that Eze is 27. He's been dying for a move like this or to be playing in the champs. Obviously, the whole former Arsenal stuff. He's multifunctional. I can just see how Eze blends in. Obviously, we've seen players go from one Premier League team to another and stink up the place. But I think every football fan, if they were to sign Eze that supports a Premier League team, you know what you're getting with Eze. So Eze first, Rodrigo second, Leao third. We seriously need a left winger. I swear down, Madueke can play better than Martinelli there, but I think he's not too comfortable there. He's a right winger. What I'll give Madueke is, I don't think that's a long-term answer, at least from what I saw. But what I'll give Madueke is, you use this a lot more than Martinelli. Some of the link-up play was decent, if I'm honest with you. So I hear the angle to have that in the squad. I actually see it now, but I need better, man. I need better. If Madueke or if Martinelli's form turns it around, or Trossard locks down that spot, or Madueke seals that left wing for himself, great. But right now, I just see you as rotationary options. You might come off the bench and save us. You might start and do well. If your form's out of this world, then granted, you're going to play week in, week out. But I just feel we need a left winger, man. Like, even if, as much as with Leao, Rodrigo, I couldn't tell you, but there might be some random Joe blogs. We need another left winger. Or Arteta's going to have to make it work. Bro, I miss seeing my striker making actual striker-like movement. Trust me. To be fair, Kai does do that. It's just a scoring. When was the last time we saw our centre forward stick away a header like that? Marino must have done something like that. But yeah, as our proper forward, I don't know. I have no clue. No clue. Here's the thing. He missed the one chance, and then the next chance came and he scored. That's the difference between an elite striker and an okay one. You're going to miss tap-ins, bro. I've seen Salah miss from a couple yards. Haaland miss from yards. Kane did. Aubameyang used to miss some clangers. That's football. But if you create enough, and these guys are good, they're going to put the ball in the back of the net. That's why Man United, they shouldn't get rid of Højlund. Højlund and Sesko could be great together. How much peas they spent for that? How much goals the man there got between them in the last 2 years? Crazy. I bet it's looking all Kai Havertzy. Marino better than them up front. The agendas this season, the agendas are going to be nasty. Eze and Rodrigo or Leao and Belemba all at Arsenal, DG. For us, we probably more need Eze and Rodrigo, but I wouldn't be against long-term having a Rice, a Zubamendi, a Belemba. Then you could just have someone else mixing and blending. We were starving, bro. What do you want us to do? We have been starving, Marcel. Marcel, Liverpool fans, stop acting brand new. It's a big club. But when it comes to winning titles, yeah, you lot we're getting near you lot for that 30 years. Stop acting brand new. When you lot had Daniel Agger and these kind of guys, you know how this feels. You know how this feels. When you had Aquilani and stuff, we have been starving. So what? But we're eating now. We're eating now. We're eating now. They can't laugh at my team again. Coming to a stadium near you, and that's going to piss me off because whenever Arsenal lose, you know rival fans are just going to do that. You won't play that trash Bilbao team every week. Okay. There were long passes to switch sides and faster passes between lines. Exactly. We all remember Declan Rice saying Arteta don't like that. But to be fair, that is one thing I have seen in our preseason. And granted, we did it a lot more yesterday, a bit of it against Villarreal. We are hitting those crossfield passes, going long a lot, excluding Raya from that because we go long with Raya anyways. And I was having this debate with my friend. I was being a bit silly. Obviously, keepers are progressive in this day and age, yeah. But I can't remember the keepers we was talking about. But he was gassing one keeper to me, and he was like, he's always passing forward. And I was like, well, if it's your goalkeeper and he's not passing forward and he's passing backwards, that would be good, would it? Would it? DG Arteta just thick the midfield like Enrique. Both Rice and Zubi rotating midfield. Been banging on about this. Havertz as a starter last year, were he not injured, would have scored 17 goals and had a decent amount of assists. But Gyokeres as a starter can score 25 goals and open up the game for others. All Arteta needs is Eze. With any other extra plan would be plus to the team, and Max should be included in his team for the new season because some games will need pace and dating runs. Gyokeres surprised me with his touch. To be that big and have those feather touch. Bro, they were doing too much. My man was talking about he's clunky and he's this and he's that. They either didn't watch him or their research is flawed because they're not looking for the right things. DG, forgive me for talking down on Arteta. I hold my hands up. Listen, Arteta is not absolved from any blame or any fair criticisms. He ain't achieved nothing yet. That's the cold-hearted truth of it. You're a good manager. Show you're a winning manager. Genuine question, though. Are we good enough to win the title this season? If you're asking me, can we get more points than last season, have less draws than last season, and be better in those kind of metrics? That's always the ambition. Titles is not titles that honor men. It's men that honor titles. And there's no God-given right to win anything in football. But what we can promise is we're going to fight tooth and nail to get over the line. Okay, that's the PR answer. Still have us as third of a 3-horse race. I just have in the back of my mind City are there. I think Liverpool have to be given that, but it has to be a proper fight, man. Like you need to get over the line. You have to get over the line. I don't want to hear at this moment in time. I'm not going to entertain nuanced conversations about, oh, what if we get 90 points and Liverpool City win on 93 points? And I hear it. That is a quote unquote a good season. But for me right now, it's bottom line mode. I don't because even if that happens, you still didn't win the Prem. Like that is just bottom line now. It's that because it's been 3 years, 3 different talking points. Good, bad, the ugly. We finished second over the line, but it has to be a proper fight, man. I have to feel like we've given it a good goal. There's no regrets. Obviously, like in Liverpool's case or the last 2 years prior to that, City's case, they were better than us. But if as long as I feel, you know what, you were the better men and we didn't let ourselves down and it weren't the same old issues crippling us, I will have a bit of luxury. But you need to win the Prem. Like in an ideal world, we win everything. In an ideal world, you win the Prem. The dream is the champs. You need to really fight / win that Premier League. I don't even think winning a League Cup or a FA Cup or even a double is enough to appease fans, but some silverware, it wouldn't save face, but you've got some sort of face to save. It was like Jorginho Rice set up, but this was more balanced, had more build schemes. Exactly. Which makes you think, yeah. Obviously, I know Arteta's waited a long time for Zubamendi, but like, what was you doing with Kai Havertz in midfield? Like, when you tried that experiment, what was you doing? Marcel, leave Martinelli alone. That left wing with the angles Madueke naturally takes up is still an issue, though. You could easily see that not working versus fully defensive EPL side. So then, Andy, it raises the question then, my friend. You don't help break down low blocks. On the transition, it's great. Skeezer mode, Marcel, man. Belemba linked with Arsenal DG. Really? I doubt it, man. That's clearly a United thing. We're not going to get Belemba, bro. That's peas. And we've already, I would have Belemba, but we're already well stocked. We're already well stocked in midfield. If we were to spend a bag, it is on an Eze and things of that ilk. Like you're more, I'd give more rumors to Rodrigo rumors and Gordon rumors than another centre mid. Listen, if we sign him, it'd be great. He can't score headers. RIP July 2026 to August 2026. He deaded that immediately. Immediately. Now people are going to be confident saying 30 goals will comps for Gyökeres. Boy, he's in the building. You know what, boy? You have some mad shouts, but one thing I'll give you, you was frontline with me when we was trying to tell man Zubamendi is the guy. These man were talking so much nonsense about Zubamendi, couldn't believe. Bro, we tried. We tried. We tried. Zubamendi will hit the ground running. This has been my opinion from the moment we announced him. That's why I ordered his shirt immediately. Big up Sadiq, man. Our midfielders switching positions look good. And that's the thing, Arteta, I shouldn't miss this. This should have been a given. So this is what I mean. I know you got the ability to do it. You're choosing not to do it. So it's just like you want to grab Arteta and just, we need to force him to stop doing experiments now. Like just things that work now, because you've got it here. You've got it here. I don't know if I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do, but it's not that you're incompetent. There's been a reluctance. We need to see this. DG Defo read my comment about scoring headers and was like, hey, Sleeto was right. I wish I put bloody 20 quid on it, bro. Shouldn't be gambling, but I hear it. I'm actually looking for Madueke detractors. What's that mean? We're not going to gas up Madueke, though. Like, big him up, KSI and that. Shout out to him. But, yeah, long way to go. What I would say is I got a lot more time for him than the existing options. Stuttgart, Fulham, Palace, Dortmund, interest in some players is established, so it depends on the figures, so salary fees. Respect Declan for encouraging him when he scuffed that shot. He just called, went on to score the header and hit post too. You'd think these men just won the UCL final. Well, Arsenal did, though. We forget in Lisbon a few months ago. Big up the women. Support Arsenal, don't we? Arsenal fans could guess any win into oblivion. You're hating because I'm never going to let Liverpool fans talk to me about Zubimendi. I'm never going to let United fans talk to me about Gyökeres. You lot wanted him. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. If the galley like us, what do you want us to do? She weren't feeling your thing. Zubimendi, yeah, cool. Big, little old Arsenal ain't won a trophy in God knows how long. Ain't won the Premier in God knows how long. You know, it's the only trophies we get beat in Madrid and people still picking us. Fucking massive we are. Fucking massive. Don't let Marcel trigger you, man. He's part of the family here. Rants will be on holiday till 18th. I hope so. Bro, I'm from Croydon, but I live in Liverpool. The Community Shield is a weird one for me. Bro, living a crazy life. I'm fully neutral on it because I'm not a gooner that hates on Liverpool. I wouldn't say hate, but Palace need to win that. They're the ops, man. And if I did have any hate for Liverpool, which I don't, Marcel's the reason. Like, he's fucking it up. Like, he's ruining it for all of you lot, man. Arsenal need better options left wing. Amen. Less of that. It don't less of that. It's banter, but it doesn't matter if you're from America, Mongolia, Somalia, England. Everyone's got an opinion. Like, yeah, we're not gonna diss Marcel here. He's a nitty, but he's our nitty, man. He's our nitty. Zubi is the truth. Glock 14 is a beast. I'm starting to get excited. But we have to calm down, man. We have to calm down. Beat United. I'm excited though. I heard Arteta multiple times on the touchline. Move the ball quick. Keep doing that. You keep doing that. You should have been saying that bare last season. Should have been doing that bare. Move the ball quickly. Smash the likes. Make sure you're following the catch up. Shout out SB and obviously catch. Deluded. Are you scared of next Sunday afternoon after seeing rants and bants happy when Woolwich Arsenal get slapped at Old Trafford? Bring it on. I'm not doing the talking. Big up rants. Check out the stream. I've cut up some clips and put it on my platform, but the stream's over on his. I'm not talking no more. The fighting talk has been done. The fight has been sold. One of us is going to get taken to the clean. To be fair, I'll be on Rance's stream next Friday. Technically, there'll be one more, but cool. Do the banter. Run the jokes. Because when my team grab 3 points, I'm a beast. Nobody run. Because that's what I hate about you non-Arsenal fans. Granted, I'll take the banter. Call us shit. Call us whatever you want. But when the shoe's on the other foot, you don't want to try and dictate the war, the terms of war. All's fair in love and wars. When you go low, I'm going lower. When you lot provoke the beast, I'm doing the madness. I'm being a villain this season. You lot better pray to God Arsenal don't win nothing. And you better defo pray we don't win the Premier with a chat. I can't lie. Last year, I did it. I thought when we beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, I thought, well, maybe even me, I keep my feet on the ground. I thought maybe the footballing gods, please don't arouse my imagination if we're not gonna do this. Please, it's feeling like this could be our time. Even me, like. And then the first 10, 20 minutes, PSG at home. I'm like, okay, back to reality. Back to life and all of that. People actually forget Zini loves Arsenal, you know. You can love Arsenal, you need to come out. You need to leave Dirk. Like, hey, big up Zini, because I don't think he's shit. It's just we're going in one direction. If you was on, not that I'm pocket watching and no one put a gun to Arsenal's head to give you those wages, and at the time it was valid because you changed us, we've just adapted. Like, if you was on 30, 40, 50 bags, it's cool. But at the end of the day, you and Reece Nelson are on collectively 200 odd grand. You throw in the other players, the quicker we get rid of these, maybe we mix and blend and get some players that we actually believe in. Now, I'm not even saying that in a disrespectful way, but like, you need to look at the squad now. Like, we're so close. Not everyone, listen, big up, you know, Tierney was here for a point. Obviously, we moved in another direction. Zini, I can't forget that first season from you. You did your part. You did your part. And when Arsenal win the league, if we win the league, we need to bring Ramsdale, Tierney, Zini if you leave, all of the fallen, Tomiyasu, all of the fallen soldiers that helped us in their way get to this point. You're not going to get a medal in that, but you're hearing it. We can't forget your contributions. We can't forget them. Smith Rowe. Should have kept Smith Rowe for no reason, man. To have Dowman, Smith Rowe, Saka, Lewis Skelly, Ranieri. We're getting too many Haylenders because I'm forgetting Dons now. But yeah, genuine question. Genuine answer. Yes, Arsenal can. If Leicester did it with that type of squad, anything is possible. We don't get them lucks though, man. You think I don't sit here and think about that Leicester year or Liverpool being 3 goals down in the Champions League final, or how Chelsea won against Chelsea's whole run to that first Champions League title, Jammy 1999, Man United, Jammy, even Moscow, Jammy. You know, it don't feel like we get those fairy tales. So if we're not gonna get that, everything needs to be perfect. Because unfortunately, as an Arsenal fan, we ain't got European pedigree in it. There's only 2 times in my life. One, I was essentially a child. The other was last season where I've actually liked being in Europe beyond the obvious, if I'm honest with you. And that was the run in the champs last year. And obviously 2006, where we was about give or take 12, 13, 14 minutes away from doing it. This football thing hurts sometimes, man. That we should have a Champions League. We should have a Champions League. If I was in charge of Arsenal, we would have won 2 Champions Leagues by now, because I've got radical ideas. I would have done the Chelsea thing, but with common sense. We're rating the wrong players and over-inflating certain players and downing playing players we shouldn't. Kai is an absolute baller and he's got I wouldn't say Kai's a baller, but he's not as shit as people make out. You have a role in this squad for at least a year. Eze, when going inside on the left, will always have a weird angle or look for the pass, being very left foot dominant. Byline crosses, cutback need to be sharp. I hear that, but slap the ballers on the pitch. You're not wrong, but slap the ballers on the pitch, man. Back to basics. Back to basics. Chelsea to finish second. I never said that. You need to. And I'm doing what Man United fans do, because they do the accountants thing. United need to fight for the league. They're playing once a week. Chelsea need to fight for the league. We're doing shameless agendas because you lot always say this Arsenal must. You must. Arsenal must. So you lot must. DG like sightseeing in Europe. Cup winners, Cup Copenhagen. I was there. Paul C, you was there. You're one of the rarities. I ain't seen that. Europe's been filled with more pain. Bare pain. Like, I don't want to trigger PTSD, but Champions League final. Do you know what? The Champions League final that we lost is definitely an easier pill to swallow than the Europa League final, because that was eventful, we should say, to put it in the nicest possible way. Eventful. As this tweeter said, people, I'm still buzzing. It wasn't the game or the result. It was the football we played and the tactical setup we deployed. That is the best I've seen us look in a very long time. Anyone echo that? And again, the moment we was waiting for, look, half-hearted thing. He didn't really even want to do it. He didn't even really want to do it. He's getting shy. Don't worry, Gyokeres. Don't worry. How Arsenal fans, even the ones that didn't want this guy yet, how you couldn't ride out for this guy, I don't understand it. This man did the most. We're not even going to go over that again. He did the most to come to this football club. So we're going to speak it into existence that it works. If he gets 20 league goals, boy, United fans, pray he doesn't score. Pray he doesn't score next week. Pray he doesn't. Palmer 94, year before I came into this world. Radical idea, free ice cream at the Emirates. Nah, we're doing the multi-club structure. We're buying bare young players. Arteta, if I was in charge, Arteta, got love for you, but the Marinos, the Kai Havertz, them kind of signings, no. the Zubamendis, the Gyokereses. This is where we need to go now. This is where we need to go. We need Trossard to sign a new contract or leave this summer. He's delaying our opportunity to move for Eze or a left winger in the remainder of the window. It's true, but again, that's the club's fault, bro. That is the club's fault. They done that. Rodrigo Leao, Arsenal player soon, DG. I hope you're right. Eze soon, boy. Hey, see me when I'm tired. Hey, Box Fresh, I need to stop putting your comments up because I'm actually hungry and the food in your display picture is making me cat out, man. But yeah, man, like we're too big. We're underachievers. Let's be honest. We're underachievers in Europe. And since we moved to the Emirates, we're underachievers. Like we should have a lot more league titles. Like I don't think Chelsea are a bigger club than us, but they're a more successful one. And it kills me to say that. And it kills me to say whatever you say about Chelsea, they never lie down for too long. And I not mean that in a disingenuous way, bro. We should have a lot more silverware than we have. We should have been picking up a couple FA Cups, League Cups. Never retained the Premier League in my lifetime. That needs to happen. God, please don't let me leave this world without Arsenal winning the champs. And do you know what? God, please don't let Arsenal get to a Champions League final if we're not going to win it. I'm not on going to 2 finals, man, because my heart bleeds for the Juventuses, the Atletico Madrids of this world. They said he can't score headers. It feels like we're living in the Matrix because he did exactly that. Arteta said something interesting. Where are you lot at with this? When you leave him with the space 1 against 1, he's going to destroy you. Okay, well, logically, you're not going to give him space, but he's going to destroy you anyways. He's going to destroy you anyways. And if he don't do it, Saka going to do it. And if he don't do it, shit, it might be Marino or it might be Madueke. I'm going to say that till I believe it. It might be Madueke. 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 We need a Gyokeres emoji. Facts. City to finish 3rd place this season. It all depends for me if City are able to, find that midfield balance and majorly improve defensively. The amount of shoddy goals they were conceding. DG was doing knee slides and Gyokeres Mars celebration yesterday. I know you were super gas. But if Gyokeres doesn't score against United, Havertz or Saka will score against them. To be fair, maybe you know what? Gyokeres ain't scoring. Havertz, Kivior, play the rotated sides, man. We've got 99 problems. Beating United ain't one. Even with sales, it's not a foregone conclusion a deal happens either. Listen, if you don't get Eze, you don't get Rodrigo, that's cool, better. And that's cool, Arteta. And that's great, Arsenal. I need to see a attacker. I need to see one more person sign for us holding the shirt. And if I don't, make sure you achieve what you need to achieve. Because whether you try to get someone or not, you're telling me you've got enough. Genuinely, that's how I look at it. And you lot say Martinelli's not Mr. Arsenal. Come on, man. Bust his nose for us. And to be fair, Ben White accidentally bust Saka's lip yesterday. It was crazy. On Havertz and Gyokeres. Obviously Gyokeres is the top don, but there's times Havertz is going to play. What's it the new age youths call it? Romdoita or whatever. Do that, Havertz. They can play together. It elevates the quality in the squad, the goal threat in the team, and the options we have to change and provide opposition with a lot of problems. It's great to see both of them scoring. It's a good problem to have. Jesus, get fit, man. You're not done yet. Martin Zubamendi. I'm tired. This is not the YouTube channel you should come to if you want to hear Zubamendi propaganda. Why? Because I've done too much now. I'm regurgitating the same points. The guy's sick. He's changing our lives. I don't want to say he's our most important signing of the summer because you could pivot and say Gyokeres, but he might turn out to be in terms of how he's the heartbeat of the team already now. He's the heartbeat of the team. Rice is the engine room. Odegaard's got the glee. This guy's the conductor. And he does it all with a smile and the penalty yesterday as well. You just understand football. I got time for you, man. You're a thinkers man's footballer. Like, you just get it. You're probably the younger Jorginho. You're probably a little coach on the pitch for Mikel Arteta. And I'm keen to see how you lot bang. Rice, if you can still get goals, great. But yeah, traditional settings for you. We could take it from here. Look, even that, man. Proper ballers, man. None of this ripped socks crap. Just, if you want to be a bit extravagant, get the little white overlays, decent little black boots with the green. You can see why Xabi Alonso rates him. But anyways, don't worry, Liverpool fans. Marcel, I know you wanted him. Don't worry. We're traveling to Anfield very soon, man. On Rice and Zubamendi interchanging during the game. See these tacticals. They overcomplicate football. Everything I told you this week and we've spoken about. What have we seen? Arteta, if you're watching the platform, sign me, man. Sign me. Let me work in the academy. But anyways, especially with the qualities they have and the way they complement each other. So another evolution on that today, something that team can really benefit from to be much more unpredictable and be more of a threat. I don't want to be a Demi Downer, But injuries, suspensions, loss of form, resting players, these are all valid things, right? As we saw, just on paper, if we play Real Madrid in the semi-finals or whatever, have quarterfinals, whatever it was next year, you don't want to necessarily go in with that lineup, right? So now I just had the brain thought, what happens if one of these guys get injured? Who comes in and how do we operate? This is where I think for the next 12, 18 months, we probably need another centre mid. Ideally, someone a bit more on the Zubamendi side than the right side, but I hear it, man. But I don't disagree with that. Calafiori, you had a great game. I mean, interesting stuff you're doing with your shorts there, but fair enough. And when it's all said and done, it's showtime, people. Next 6 games, Man United away. Our season starts at Leeds at home against the Real United. Liverpool away. Oh, Lord. Anyways, Man United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, Nottingham Forest at home, City at home, Newcastle. Oof. Let's have it, mate. Let's have it. It's mad, though. It is mad. And Arteta, remember you a few years ago, don't be satisfied with second because we want much more than that and we're going to get up. Make sure. Because it all has to come to a head. Now, again, we're going to go into the transfers in a bit, people, but just because it's here, Ademola Lookman apparently has rejected a potential move to Arsenal. He wants to join Inter Milan. I want to see everything the gaffer has said. He's obviously bigged up the performance, people. On Gyokeres, yes, for sure. I'm lucky that the first goal was always very important. The way he took it as well, really well. So again, I think we have some big performances. We're developing certain connections as well. Yes, and we're finally seeing that with the new players. Very good. Kai coming in as well. The goal he scored, I think, was top as well. So everybody raising the level of everyone is going to really help because at that level, we're going to need our very best from everyone. On passing today's test, we have learned a lot of things in the last 2 games. We have to review this one as well with 2 very, very good oppositions. One, when the game went against us in terms of the result, it was very different from the beginning. It could have been very different on Wednesday as well, but our efficiency in the final third, it wasn't at the level of 2 days. But yeah, a lot of information to gather collectively, individually as well. And I think overall, we had a very, very good preparation. Smash the like button, people. And don't forget, just shortly after this, we will be heading to watch Liverpool against Crystal Palace. On the fluidity of Odegaard, Rice, and Zubamendi, especially the qualities that they have and the way they complement each other in that space. We saw another evolution today on that and things that the team can really benefit from to be much more unpredictable and be much more of a threat, especially from inside positions, which is great. Arteta, you was a midfielder. The one area that should be solid is midfield. Games are won and lost in attack and defense, but games are played really and truly in midfield. And we haven't got 3 midfielders. We've got 4 because that's why Calafiori did it yesterday. That's why Lewis Skelly inverts, right? On Saka's role, having a threat from all areas of the pitch into the last line. That's a weapon that we need to continue to develop. And it can be David. Oh, it could be Raya. Yeah, because Raya, okay, yeah. I got thinking, why didn't we say Raya? I get it now. I was thinking, who is David? Who is that? But it took me a minute to clock that. It can be from our last line. It can be from people playing on the bench. I think today we have from many situations, a lot of feeling. Yeah, any moment we can attack the backs, carnival settings, and be very dangerous. And that will create a lot of space for many other players inside. That's twice he has mentioned inside. And again, we've talked about creating from midfield and playing in the pockets and central areas. That's what we need. But can we play like this or put on this kind of fluidity? Very different because Bilbao weren't doing a low block. They were very good structured. Ernesto Valverde, that's a given. But can we do elements like this when a team just says, fuck it, break us down? We're not on what you're on. Remains to be seen. So shout out to Cam, and we've gone over that already. In terms of transfers, it's quite interesting. Let's see what happens in terms of where the squad is in the next few weeks. But we are actively looking at options. As well, there are a few players maybe that they have to leave as well. So we'll be open to see what happens. And obviously, that's probably not shade, but that's Fabio Vieira, Kivior, maybe Trossard, maybe. You see where we're going. On Gyokeres' desire to score, that's his nature, blood. When did we have a striker like this? When did a manager say this about our forward? Is this how you feel if you got Haaland and Isaac and I was about to say Sesko. You definitely don't know how this feels. 13 goals, he's tired. But is this how you lot feel? I forgot how it felt. I think every time that he does, his movement, the way he times his runs, the way he predicts the next move and where the space can be and where the ball is going to land, that's the instinct that he has. That's why he scored so many goals in the last few seasons. So that's not a coincidence. It's his ability and he's constantly looking for it. On the characteristics he adds, I think his goals, his threat, I think he pins both centre-backs. He's a player that when you're living with space against 1v1, he's going to destroy you. So you're going to have to create a lot of space as well for us. And yeah, the moment that in any situation, there's a player that can score a goal. on the importance of depth. We know depth is important, people. On Madueke, great. I think the reception that he got every time he was on the ball the other day as well, super positive. I think that lifts any player, brings energy. You can tell the quality he's got every time he's on the ball in and around the box, 1v1. The ball lands obviously to the player in our color inside the box. Decent cross. I didn't know Madueke had that. I must admit. He could have had a couple of assists. That's a massive quality to have. He can play left and right. He doesn't care. So he can be a big weapon for us. He can, but we need more weapons. We're the gunners. We're the gunners. We've got a Glock. I need other weapons now. I need other weapons. Berta, I know we're not done in the market. We can't be. Big up P, man. Hope the camping trip was great. I don't even dislike Odegaard. I just think he's lost something. I'd personally have Eze as a 10, but I also think Kai would work and a hold up playing 10, kind of like what Rooney did. I mean, that's the only way. Well, I don't see us going 4-4-2, but Kai Havertz in Odegaard's position, maybe not the same way. That's kind of a way of getting Gyokeres in. I do think people have been a bit dishonest about Odegaard this preseason. MLS can shift into midfield. Wanyeri could play all right in the left eight. We're decent now. Wanyeri, I just need you to go from being an impactor to a genuine star. Got to find that medium across 90 minutes because he'll be, first 10 he might be indifferent. Next 10 he's amazing. Like, obviously there's been more games, but, do you remember Leicester away last season? That is what Wanyeri has to do, if that makes sense. Like, you're a threat, you're a danger. Man, remember you're playing for 90 minutes. Other than that, it's been flashes, but it'll get there. Man said Bunzi Mendy, he could have won a league title, but he decided to join the trophy Dodgers. Did we not win the trophy 24 hours ago, my friend? You're hating. Exclusive Arsenal in battle with Liverpool. Arsenal officials made a trip to France on Friday night to chat with Lyon about Malik Fofana. This comes on the heels of Liverpool. I mean, whether it's Eze, Leao, Rodrigo, this one, that one, you got to bring me something. I don't know if I believe that, but yeah. They say he can't score headers. Saka is scoring and creating, though. Both Odegaard's goals have been from a 15-year-old winning a pen. It's true, man, but Odegaard be back, man. Don't worry, man. Odegaard just needs to put his pants up. End of the day, there's no hiding places. And I would say for Kai Havertz, for Odegaard and Martinelli, various different degrees. But there'll be a lot of discussions from now till probably the summer next year about what's going on. I'd sign Eze and Watkins, and our summer is a 10 out of 10. Watkins, I'm not against it. I hear there's a method to the madness. I definitely hear where you're coming from, but we're not going in the striker thing. At any moment, we can change the puzzle. Yeah, I needed to see this. This is why you just want to sit you down and say sometimes you create your own issues, because you can do this. You can do this. We can play like this. You've got the capacity. In every position now, we have different quality. A lot of players that can play in various positions as well with a lot of versatility, bringing different kinds of qualities and threats to the team. So we're going to manage that in the best possible way to maintain everybody with the right congestion, hunger, and the fact that at any moment, we can change the puzzle and make it very difficult for the opposition. This is how I need you to speak, bro. Come on, Gaffer. Silverware this year. I'm very pleased with the performance, with the way we play as a team, the cohesion. Buzzwords that I like to hear: the cohesion, the fluidity, the dynamism, the level of threat that we were able to provide throughout the game. A lot of big individual performances as well. And I'm very pleased with the result and the clean sheet. Very happy with it. Arteta, be honest, yeah. Did Arsene Wenger call you yesterday? Because the way we was moving, Wenger must have had some conversation. Like, Arteta, come on, man. Let the handbrake go. Please. The quality of the delivery from Zubi, absolutely top. I think he was quality today, and the way he played throughout the game, and for Victor as well to get out that first goal, I think is very, very important psychologically. Are Sociedad and Bilbao beefing each other? Because if they are, that might have even given fuel to the fire a bit more. And I must admit, it weren't really a thing yesterday, but definitely when we went second half against Villarreal, Merino plays a lot better in midfield when he's next to Zubimendi. And I don't like it sounds mad, but if you're an Arsenal fan, you get where we're at with this. I don't really like Merino in midfield. I prefer him up front when he's dropping into midfield. I think when he starts there, maybe some of it's tactically. I think he's a passenger. I'll be real. I don't know. I just think he is, but don't know why I went off on a tangent there. But yeah, you get the point, man. Again, he was involved in a lot of very important actions in the game. Kai came in and scored an incredible goal as well. So I'm happy with the team today. Everywhere we've been, it's been sold out. They've been with the team throughout pre-season. Today, again, the energy that they created, the support that they're bringing to the team, to the players, you feel the excitement. You feel the excitement twice. You feel the energy there, and it's a very positive thing. Now we'll review the match, review what's been done in pre-season, and make the final tweaks. We're very much ready to start the season on Sunday. Man divided. We're on to you. And you know, I know Man United fans have been silent, yeah, because I looked, I didn't even know they were playing Fiorentina. I think they drew, and Gyokeres scored, so there's no bants again from rivals. But yeah, the team made it easy for me. No, Zubimendi, you're far too modest. You made it easy for us, but I hear it. Humble. It was very easy. The team made it very easy for me. I think the rest of the team have integrated very well. I think the people on and off the pitch are very friendly. Declan and Odegaard are top players, the best in their position. It's time to learn, adapt, and enjoy above all. And what I like about him, go on The Athletic and see what he said when he joined us. I think when we was in Asia, him and Marino were talking to The Athletic, and he spoke about fine margins. He said everything that I say here. It was an important game because we came from 2 defeats. It's true they were friendlies, but this club doesn't understand defeats in any context. It was an important game to win and start pre-season with a good fit. My guy is talking proper, man. Proper. Yes. The truth is that this team has to adapt to all contexts, whether it's losing or winning, with the aim of winning above all. Let's hope we can get through these type of games and do great things. I noticed it during the Asia tour. In the end, it's a team that reaches the whole world. When I got here, these 2 games were incredible. Even though we didn't win the other day, the atmosphere was incredible. It's even more so today. It's good to end the preseason, but the best is yet to come. In the end, the league is the league. We like to compete. We like to win. I'm very happy that it's starting now. Boss talking like a boss. Wanyeri did sign a new deal, and it was confirmed, obviously, in the build-up to the game. I wonder what Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta were speaking about. And Berta, we try. Berta, I know we're not going out like this. I know you got a madness for me. I know you got a couple more signings for me. I know we got something. I know you know how to win trophies, and you know what we could do with a bit more flavor. I know you got me. I know we're going to see a madness in terms of sales. Let's see what happens in terms of where the squad is in the next few weeks. We are actively looking at options as well. There are a few players maybe that have to leave, so we'll be open to see what happens. That was the gaffer, Mikel Arteta. Fulham remain in discussions for Reece Nelson and have been trying to structure an initial loan, but Arsenal favour a permanent deal. Nelson also has other suitors from the Premier League, and Arsenal view him as one of their most sellable assets. Can't pay, we take it away, full and permanent settings. Stuttgart are continuing discussions over a permanent transfer for Fabio Vieira, with Arsenal seeking a package worth 20 million euros. Porto very recently made a 23.4 million offer for Kivior, an initial loan with an obligation to buy for Jakub Kivior, but it was not entertained by Arsenal. Kivior is also admired by Juventus and other Italian sides. Don't admire him. Come chat to him if you want him. Don't waste our time. Milan have Kivior as one of their options to replace Four, who's apparently going to Newcastle, but the deal is complicated as Arsenal want 35 million euros. Stop taking the piss, man. Bert are working to sell 5 Arsenal players with 2 more available at the right price. What's that, Martinelli and Trossard? Let's see. Let's get to the bulk of it. We've only generated 8.57 million through sales. Marquinhos and Tavares have cut. Chelsea have raised estimated 45 million. They've made more than that. Liverpool are making bread, and Darwin Núñez is obviously gone. Nelson, we've gone over that, people. Marco Silva's side recently paused those talks and pivoted to Shakhtar Donetsk's Kevin, but their proposal was not backed by the Ukrainian side, and the 22-year-old also failed to warm to a move to West London. Anyway, Nelson, who returned to training with Arsenal in La Manga after undergoing hamstring surgery in February, also has other suitors. So that's promising. The other suitors, it needs to correlate to buying guys, but step in the right direction. Step in the right direction. Shout out Tyrone Mings. I saw that little argy-bargy he had, I believe, with Madison. Not Madison. Man said Madison. Mason Greenwood. Moving mad. Arsenal, in relation to Nelson, Arsenal view him as one of their most sellable assets, and any transfer would also reflect 100% profit against PSR regulations. Then there's Fabio Vieira, who joined from Porto. Stuttgart are seeking to sign him for 17.35 million. What else have we got? Kivior is drawing interest from Juventus and all of that. Arteta would be more than happy to keep the Pole as he's highly rated by the club. We'd have to see what's going on there. Kyle Hine has interest from both Rangers and Levante. Sevilla have also been keen, but they're trying to line up a next move. So we'll have to see. Zinchenko could also depart as his deal is up next summer, but his wages are an issue. AC Milan made inquiries earlier in the window, but since then smashed the like button. Mods, you need to get on with that. There's been minimal movement despite speculative links with Fulham. Arsenal have also struggled to find buyers for Albert Sambi Lokonga. The Gunners are ready to move the Belgian on, but they are yet to receive formal offers for the 25-year-old. You need to get your agent to do his job. Gabriel Jesus has attracted interest from Brazil, but he's currently prioritizing recovery after undergoing knee surgery in January. Respectable bids for Trossard would also likely be considered, though it's still not guaranteed he will depart, even though contract discussions have stalled, folks. Mikel Arteta wants the tunnel cover removed at the Emirates so that the roar of the Arsenal crowd will intimidate opponents more. Yeah, but then we're going to fucking play North London forever. Like, I can't imagine people getting intimidated by that. Arsenal are closing in on signing Eze from Crystal Palace. With sources informing Football Transfers, there's only one element of the move that needs to fall into place. Let me guess. Let's see. The financial terms have already been agreed between the clubs. Arsenal will pay a total fee of 63.5 million euros, which is 55 million quid, to Palace for the England star. 30 mil set to come up front. There are still discussions over the structure of the remainder of the installments, yet this is not thought to present a major sticking point. What is holding up the deal is Palace's desire to secure a permanent replacement before selling one of their star players in particular. The club delaying appointing a replacement for Dougie Freeman has proven to be an issue. Yeah, I can't say I quite believe that, people, but that's that, innit? Like, that's that. Arsenal contact 50 million Pep favourite confirmed. Arsenal have made contact this summer over the potential signing of Andrea Cambiasso. So that's there again. He can play centre mid as well as fullback. We've been linked with the versatile Italy international for several months. Wasn't he close to going to City last Jan? According to Juventus transfer journalist Mirko Di Natale, he's now confirmed, or she, I don't know, that Arsenal did make contact for Cambiasso this summer through intermediaries. There was interest from Arsenal in Cambiasso this summer. There was contact from Arsenal for Cambiasso, not with his agents, but through intermediaries. There was also interest from Atletico Madrid and Wolves. Juventus will listen to offers only for at least 50 million euros. And this is unlikely to arrive for a player who played very bad in the second half of last season. For this reason, I see Cambiasso at Juventus this season. Okay, fair play, fair play. And you would see here, I was actually watching Juventus versus Atalanta's under 23s. These are the things you don't see, people. Cambiasso's a baller. I don't think it will be an every game thing, though. More like a tactic. Appreciate you for the super chat, man. Come on, you Gunners, for real, man. Come on, you Gunners, for real. Come on, my dude. Eze wants to play today. Taxi book for tomorrow. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Kivio and Martinelli at the right price. Probably the rest is available at ish market price. Martinelli's wages, though, I can't imagine he's going to have a queue of buyers for 190k a week. Marino's better off playing in the 9 than in midfield. He's very sluggish in midfield and commits too much mistakes. I also hate him falling down easily despite having huge physique. I can't lie. That's how what you said is how I feel. Make Marino a 9/10 and Eze for left 8 left wing. Marino 10. I'm still burnt by what game was it? Was it Bournemouth when Arteta went with that? And fair enough, I think we had a game a few days before. But do you remember when we went with, I think, Rice, Partey, Marino? It could be wrong, but we went with a flat midfield. It was so horrible. I'm scarred. I don't want to see that. This DG guy wants to be Arteta in so bad. I'm Arsenal in. Like I'm Arsenal in. Why wouldn't I want every player that I don't rate to prove me wrong or the manager to prove me wrong? Arteta, you're a good manager. There's so much things I can praise you for. You need to get over the line. You get over the line, I'll become the biggest Mikel Arteta defender. You haven't earned that. You've made me flirt with greatness, thinking we can get over the line. You said you wanted to get over the line, but for one reason or another, the last 3 years, now born in 4, we haven't done it. Get over the line, because that's where we're at now. Big up the journey. That's where we're at. I'm not going to be saying sack or keep, guys. I think you could argue that he's on borrowed. He could be on. Everyone should be on borrowed time, really. Like, you should have delivered by now. DG getting lotions. You're moving mad. You lot are fools, man. Hello, DG is a politician. Marcel, has the red enough run out? DG Cambiasso is really different, but I don't think we need him. I just think they're going to ask for too much piece for him. I think now we have Gyokeres, we can afford the risk to gamble on another strike, especially if we're going to use Kai more in midfield. I think Kai is the other midfield. I'm not trying to see Kai in midfield. I think you will see that on a more consistent basis, but I don't want to see it. I think Madueke did all right. Some good link-up play, some good balls into the box. It's not that he did anything wrong, but I still think we need a left winger, if I'm honest. I remember you were saying Arteta gave you chills with his aura when you were at the press conference. Admit that you love the guy. I do like Arteta, but I like my club more. There's no one that backs Arteta more than me. The difference is I'm not Arteta sexual. You need to win something, or you need to come out of the club. It's as simple as that. He does have aura. I do think you're very there's elements of genius with the way you don't know I'm a football nerd with the way you do things. I do think you speak with conviction. I do think he can command the room. I understand why the players will, run through walls for him and that. But despite all of that, bro, the one thing that you ain't got over the line stuff. He has got aura. What you want me to lie to you, lot? He does, bro. When I was in the press conference, I was like, bro, like, I get it. Send me a free, but I say, oh, just shut up, man. But on that note, though, people, we've literally got 4 minutes until we go live for Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. I probably will have to slightly delay it because I need to set everything up, people. But yeah, we're going to be doing a watch along as usual. It's always a pleasure being here with you lot. Appreciate you lot's input. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate everything you lot do. If you haven't smashed the like button, make sure you smash the like button. And yeah, we're back again in a minute, man. In a bit, folks.